So let me give you a quick demo on web scraping using Python, right? So I've used a package called Beautiful Soup. Let me take you through that first. Here, you see this Beautiful Soup 4? I've used this package. Okay, it's already built in. It's proper. So I've used some of the functions. Just read documentation of Beautiful Soup. If you Google for Beautiful Soup, you will. Okay, you just say Beautiful Soup Python, and then you see you'll get a lot of documentation. See, this is documentation of Beautiful Soup, right? You can go ahead, read this. Okay, here goes Beautiful Soup. Okay, it gave me package. So let's go and see Beautiful Soup. Yeah, doc. Right? See the Beautiful Soup documentation. There's a lot of documentation for Beautiful Soup. Now let me run a program for you on Beautiful Soup. Now let's say my idea was when I started writing this program, right? My idea was Google Finance. Let me go to this. My idea was everyone is doing some kind of analysis on stock market these days, right? Everyone is trying to buy or sell stocks, and then so they go to Google Finance, or they go to some other website. So I started with Google Finance, and I was like, let me check the share in stocks for IBM today. So it says International Business Machine Corp, and these are the information here, and there are a lot of information here as well. On the right hand side, you see it gives me key stats and the issues. Okay, net profit margin was this one in Q2 June 2014, and this it was in 13 it was this much, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I thought, why not? And let's say, for example, I want to compare IBM and SAP, right? What do? I again click on SAP, and then I have to remember whatever was for IBM, okay, or I have to open in one more window, right? And let's say I want to compare IBM, SAS, TCS, and so on and so forth, right? Then I'll be opening 10 pages here. Instead of doing that, I thought, why not just pull out the key stats and ratio in one place and let me analyze the data? Or for that matter, let's say I need anything from this page, right? Range, 52 weeks, whatever. I mean, just think of anything in this page, and I'll be able to scrap it out for you. Now, this is one program that I wrote. Let's say I want to list all the information about IBM, SAP, TCS, Oracle, Facebook, Google, etc. So, I wrote a program wherein I have imported Beautiful Soup, right? I was talking about Beautiful Soup, which is a package which some noble person created for us, and we are using it. We are using it in rampant. So here you see there's only so many lines of code, and mostly all of this you see, right? These are all about indentation. Okay, once you load your HTML into Beautiful Soup, and then you just find out what its tag, HTML tags, and then you just indent it. Okay, whenever you go here, you right click on this. Okay, or it's not allowing. Okay, my system is a little slow. I don't know, for some strange reason. Inspect element or view page source, right? If you see this, you see there. This is the page source, right? It's not showing properly. So let me do one thing. Let me just inspect an element. Okay, just give ourselves a couple of seconds. Yes, you see it's loading. I mean, for some strange reason, my system got updated today. And you see this TR, TD class, key, data field, instance own. I mean, 59%. There'll be somewhere all this 59%, and so on and so forth. You will get the HTML source here. So my idea is I would load the whole HTML source into my Beautiful Soup, and then based on this TR, let's say for example here, you see this TR, I go here, and then I'm saying for incident in soup TR, I'm searching for TR there, and then in that TR I'm searching for devs net field and range, and then I'm pulling out the values from there. So let's say if I run this, it'll take a couple of seconds, and you see it started pulling the data. Now you see this, isn't this easy for you to analyze the data right now? Now you see the data from IBM. Here it goes, range, 52 weeks, open, etc. SAP. I mean, I could have written a better program wherein I could have wrote this side by side from here, 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 here. I could have done that, but it suits my purpose, and so I'm done with it, right? So this is just to show you as to how powerful Python can be, and this is just not even 1% of what Python is, right? Web scraping is not Python is not meant to be used only for web scraping, and it has much more advanced features like machine learning and so on and so forth. So, make sense, guys? Okay, now I see there are a couple of questions, so let me take that. What's the difference between Python and Spark Scala? See, Shailendra, Scala is meant only for your machine learning, right? Whereas Python can do a lot more than that. I mean, Python, you can take your data, cleanse your data. You can do whatever. You can do massage on the data as well as do machine learning. And then now Scala is again used with it has its own map reduced program and stuff. It's more like Scala is more like a Python package. Scala can be compared with scikit-learn in Python. There's a similar package called scikit-learn. Scikit-learn in combination with PyDo becomes Scala. So, but those are just two packages in Python, right? And Python has hundreds and thousands of other packages. So that's the difference between Python and Scala. How big data is different from data mining? Okay. I'm going to talk about that pre-ACE. If you can give me a couple of more minutes, I have those covered in my slide. I'll take your question a little later. Raghuveer, I'm using PyCharm, Raghuveer. So difference between Python and R, basically they have their own history, Akhil. R comes from S, and it's only a statistical package, R, and I personally do not like R because it's more cryptic. You do not even have equal to sign. It's like a, greater than. It's more like an arrow, etc. R is more cryptic, whereas Python is more easy to use. Okay, so that's the difference between R and Python. And other thing is Python is much more than just data analysis. R is purely for data analysis. Manoj says he's new to big data. Can you please tell in simple terms what is machine learning? I mean, Manoj, in simple terms, do you see some of these robots these days? They are performing tasks as good as human beings, right? I mean, you might have read this in newspaper wherein robots are doing work of a cook or cleaning your utensils, etc. So that's all using machine learning. It's Python mostly for data analytics. R has the market right now. I mean, even more than R, it's SAS, right? SAS and SSIS and stuff. People are using all Microsoft product, right? It's not even R. R is open source again. But R used to have market with data scientists, but mostly they're all migrating to Python these days. Okay. Harish, it is single-threaded. I mean, it's not parallel, but with PyDo you can introduce parallelism into your programs, into your Python programs. Okay, makes sense? It's the integration of Hadoop and Python, which is called as PyDo. With that, or MR job or Hadoop streaming, you can parallelize your program. Oh, not at all, Manoj. You do not need Java base at all. I mean, that's the advantage of Python. Python is extremely simple. You do not need to understand. If you understand, let's say, for example, any programming language, C, C++, which you would have done in your school and colleges, if you understand that, you can master Python. It's very interesting. Just start having a look at it, and you'll be surprised with the amount of stuff that Python can do. So this was one program. Okay, this was not to scare you, and this was just to let you know that it's nothing scary about this program, right? If I'm sure you'll be seeing Python for the first time and you'll be like, what is this? But look at this here. I have just given that URL where q equal to, you see this, I have passed the URL, and string is nothing but all this, I'm taking this list, I split that list on a comma, and then I'm passing this comp here, which makes it the string something like this. Okay. Here, let's say IBM, right? And if I construct the string and then pass it here, I get the same thing whenever I search for IBM. You see? So I've not done any tricks here. Okay, it's extremely simple. It's just that you have to understand it. Okay, so see, URL live is more about constructing your URL, right? And Beautiful Soup is more about actually scrapping the web page, or mostly about loading the HTMLs and then traversing between each of those tags. Niranj, does that make sense? Okay, okay. And Cypria, did that make sense to you as well? Beautiful package is more about loading the packages. Now there are hundreds and thousands of those packages. Okay, there are hundreds and thousands of those packages. Okay, and each package has its own meaning. So Beautiful Soup is just one amongst them. Now, just to do the same task as well, to load the HTML code and then play around with it, traverse the tag, etc. There are many packages available. Beautiful Soup is just the most famous one I've used. Okay. Yes, you can, Satish. So, you can even build your own websites using Python. I mean, that's called Django. You can do, just imagine anything and you'll be able to do that in Python. So you see this Amazon Web Services. Have you guys seen Amazon Web Services? I mean, that's one of the most famous big data product, right? That's all built on Django. Have you seen Hortonworks product, all big data product? That's all built on Django. Okay. Darshan, it's not meant for Notepad and Word. There will be other packages which are available. There are other packages which are available. For text analysis, you do not have to use this. Notepad and Word, I believe you are asking about text analysis. For text analysis, you can just pass on the text. You can open the text and then do a normal text analysis. You do not need any of these packages in Python. Okay. Or you can, if you are trying to do, if you are trying to write intelligent programs like doing sentiment analysis, etc., you can use natural language processing package, NLP. Moving back, okay, I do want to talk about some interesting stuff today. And okay, I also have a program. You understood what a web scraping is. Now I want to run a program, okay, on see what this does is it pulls all the tweets from Twitter, okay, for whosoever name it is. Let's say, for example, Nike, right? I want all the tweets on Nike that has been written for the past so many days, right? So I've written a program, and look at this, okay. The only difference here is that I have used the package OAuth2. And the same thing, I can do it using different packages as well. I'm going to show that as well. It's very interesting. Now, some of these are mandatory stuff. Okay, for each of this package, all these are mandatory stuff. I mean, this is consumer key, consumer secret. Those are my consumer key and my consumer secret. So you'll have your own if you log into dev.twitter.com. I think. Okay, here it just pulled me the total pulled. Okay, don't worry about this. I must have disabled it. Anyways, let's look here. Run Twitter program. So I want to search about Obama right now, and I have to search about, let's say, Modi right now. Okay, to dignitaries, and I'm also searching for the current latest tweets. Okay, how many latest tweets do I want? I just want 5 latest tweets, and this is currently fetching the live streaming data. You go and check into, you go into your Twitter web page and search for Obama. You'll be seeing all this. Do you think beheading would get Obama's attention? Blah blah blah. Barack Obama broke the law with Bargage Exchange. Whatever. America. The only thing about America is Obama and its administration. You see all this. Now, here, what I have also done is, see, I have done a sentiment analysis on that. You know, I have taken all the words for Obama, whoever has tweeted it. I've taken all those details, all those sentences that people have written. I've analyzed the sentence, and I've tried to find out as to what are the sentiment of public at this point of time. I just took 5 tweets, okay, because I did not want to waste a lot of time, you know, just pulling the data. So now it says my overall sentiment is negative for Obama right now, right? Let's see what's the sentiment for Modi right now, and blah blah blah. All this, you see, many of these tweets here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it says my sentiment is it's not positive, but it's not negative either. It's semi-positive. It's between positive and negative right now. And this has been done using some basic methodologies. Okay, it's like I take words from each of the sentences which are positive. Let's say if someone writes, "I love Obama," that's construed as a positive sentiment. If someone says, "I hate Obama," that it's construed as a negative sentiment, and so on and so forth. That's how you know, I wrote this program. So, okay, Visruti says, can you tell me which tool you are using right now? It's PyCharm, Visruth. It's PyCharm that I'm using right now. Okay, and Manoj Kumar says, with Python act as an end-to-end solution, like do ETL and analyze the data. See, ETL is something, you know, ETL is just extract, transform. See, transform and load is something which does, but yes, actually, for your question, Manoj, you're right. It does everything. ETL, it extracts the data, it transforms the data, it loads the data, it does whatever you want it to do. But there are more famous ETL solutions like, you know, it's not like traditional famous ETL solutions like Talent or Informatica, but it can do ETL stuff for you as well. We can also use Flume to get tweets. Okay, Raghavendra, two difference, right? Yes, you can use Flume to get tweets, but Flume will only give you the latest streaming data, okay, and which is equivalent to the program that I've written here, Twitter sentiment. But in this one, somehow you know, I've updated a couple of packages, and it's not giving me, okay, total pulled and total count print. It should have given me this OUTH2. This program, right? It should ideally have pulled me all the past tweets as well for Nike, which is not working right now. Let me try it once again here. Print total count, print this one. Okay, let me try for something else. Okay. String integers must change. Control Z. Okay, so Raghavendran, to answer your question, Flume can only pull you the streaming data, whichever are there right now. But what do you do in order to pull the past data? You cannot do that with Flume. You know, Flume is meant to give you only streaming data. Okay, and even in my program, I cannot go beyond 3,200 tweets. It's just that you know, Twitter sells those data. Right, beyond 3,200 tweets, you know, you'll have to go and buy the data. So whatever is available free, you know, 3201, it's just giving me the number and it's not giving me anything. Let's say it's not giving me the data right now. Looks like I updated a couple of packages and this might be lost, but anyways, you can pull the past data as well. Okay. So that's kind of I showed you a sentiment analysis of a program.